Hi everyone, it's Miss Finnegan here, and today we are going to be learning about pourquoi again. Pourquoi are our why stories, and they help us tell tales about how things came to be or why things are the way that they are. So yesterday what we did is we made a brainstorm and we charted out our ideas for our story. So if we can remember, my story is how the rhino got its horn. So my main character was the rhino. My setting was the African plains. My flaw was that my rhinoceros is very stubborn, and how he was before the change is he didn't have any horn. So if he's how he got his horn, then he had no horn. The problem will be that he won't let anybody help him, and then trying to do it himself, he rams his face into the ground, into a rock, into a tree, and then he grows a bump that becomes a horn. So before I get into all of that, I have to craft my beginning of my story. Now, we are going to break a rule in writing because I typically tell you don't start with one day or don't start with once upon a time. But when we're writing traditional tales, we actually can start with a long, long ago. Now, we don't want to really use once upon a time because that's really for fairy tales, but these are pourquoi tales. Folk tales are a little different. They're set a long time ago because they've been passed down through generations. So, I have some fun things that you might want to do when you're writing your beginning. So let's take a look at mine and review some of the things that you want to include in the beginning of your story. So, the beginning. When you have a lead, you want to make sure you're starting with long, long ago. Now, you can do long, long ago before the earth was fully formed. Or maybe you want to do long, long ago before the animals and humans lived together. Or, as you can look at mine, I say long, long ago before the two-legged walked among the beasts. So the two-legged would be humans and the beasts would be animals. So I try to make it sound very realistic. So long, long ago is our lead. You can jazz it up. Your setting is going to be a jungle, a forest, a desert, a sea, depending on what animal you chose. But most of it's going to be the African savanna because that's the animals that we were thinking of. And then you're going to introduce the character. Tell the reader what it's like before the change. So here's my beginning. Long, long ago, there's my lead. Before the two-legged walked among the beasts, there was a rhinoceros. He was not like the rhinoceros you know today. Now this line is super key. Most of you should add this in your story because your rhinoceros or your monkey or your lion, whatever it is, they are not like the animal we know today. This rhino had a flat smush face with no horn. So right here is where I tell the reader exactly what my rhino was like before the change, right? And then I'm going to add a little bit more. Rhino lived in the hot, steamy savanna desert. Rhino was known for two things, his great size and his stubborn attitude. Rhino did not like receiving help from any of his friends. He liked to do things himself. He thought he was the strongest, most independent animal there was. So I'm telling you my setting again, and I'm even introducing the character flaw. So today you can even introduce what's wrong with your character. Are they a stubborn character? Do you have a jealous monkey? Do you have a greedy hippopotamus? Do you have a stubborn zebra? Tell me a little bit about that animal. So introducing the setting long, long ago and wherever it is set. Introducing your character before the change, how they looked before, and then telling me a little bit about what's wrong with them, their flaw. And then that's your beginning. I can't wait to see what you craft today. Bye!